Hi everyone. This is what happened to me when I got government housing part 114. On the 18th of the 6th, 2018, some people attended my home to fix the side fence, and this meant that I didn't need to go to VCAT to get an order to get it fixed. Once the fence was fixed, I was relieved because it meant that I could finally use the backyard again and I didn't have to worry about people coming into my yard or breaking into my unit at night. The other repairs still hadn't been done. The clothesline was still down, the locks on my door were still loose, and there was still a brick in my letterbox. Later that day, I went to the pawn shop to collect a ring that I had pawned to help me pay for my expenses, like washing my clothes and all the printing that I had to do. Then on the 20th of the 6th, 2018, I received a letter from VCAT saying that my fee waiver had been granted, but my side fence had already been repaired, so it was actually too late. I rang VCAT to tell them that I wanted to withdraw my application for an order to get the side fence fixed, but they said that I needed to email them. And they also said that I would not get a confirmation of withdrawal, which I thought was ridiculous. If I didn't get a confirmation of withdrawing my application for an order, I would run the risk of my case being called out at the tribunal, and because I wouldn't be there, I would run the risk of being called vexatious or a nuisance, which, as you all know, is how some people in the justice system see me. Clearly, people need confirmation of withdrawal from a hearing, and this is one more thing that I think needs to change about the so-called justice system in Victoria, Australia. On the 28th of the 6th, 2018, my daughter had a day off school because of a conference that the school was having, and a man turned up to my home saying that he wanted to inspect the repairs that I had requested. I didn't ask him for his name, and for some reason he didn't tell me what it was. But that became quite common as well with those people. I didn't take his photo because I was scared that he would become hostile towards me. But I showed him the clothesline and he was able to put it up himself. And then I showed him the brick in my letterbox because that's what he told me to do. And he sent someone out to remove the brick from the letterbox a few hours later. I also told him about the locks on my door, and he claimed that someone would attend my home the following week to fix them. So, after he left, I believed that the locks on my door were going to be fixed. Then, on the 2nd of the 7th, 2018, someone from the maintenance team who do the repairs in public housing attended my home to fix the locks on my door. This man was really rude and really strange. He admitted that he was a carpenter, and he got defensive when I asked him why they had sent out a carpenter when what I needed was a locksmith. He also badmouthed the other residents in my block, and he told me that he had given one of the residents' keys to someone else in this block because the resident was always drunk. And obviously that was outrageous and really disturbing for me to hear. He also walked into my kitchen and opened my kitchen cupboards and had a look inside them, even though the only repair that I had requested and the only thing he was supposed to be doing when he was in my unit was fixing the locks on my door. He seemed very comfortable in my unit, like he had been there before and like he was, comfortable walking around, and that was really creepy. It made me feel sick, but I didn't know what to do about it. I thought that if I was a guy, I would have punched him and told him to get out, but I was just a woman and I felt like I was powerless to stop him. He also took out his mobile phone, and I believe that he took a photo of my bookshelf, but I don't know why he would do that. I was so relieved when he left, and after that, I felt scared to ask for more repairs in case that guy turned up again. Then on the 3rd of the 7th, 2018, I had to attend VCAT for the hearing that I had requested regarding the side fence, because even though I had cancelled it, they kept telling me that I still had a hearing. I believe this VCAT hearing that I went to was at VCAT in Preston. And this was a really nasty hearing. I attended VCAT without representation, and there was actually 2 people from the Department of Housing there to fight against me, and they didn't even tell me their names. And I don't know what their qualifications were, so they may have been qualified lawyers for all I knew. So you all know that I didn't have representation, and you know why I didn't have representation. That was because I'm too poor to hire a lawyer, and I was even poorer back then. But there is another reason why I didn't have representation. VCAT is the Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal. And there are several locations for this tribunal. Sometimes I was in the city and sometimes I was at the Preston site. Anyway, the funny thing about VCAT is that you are expected to attend without a lawyer. And as you can see here, this is, I did a search on Google, so this is from Google 2024. As you can see here, you have to actually ask VCAT for permission to bring a lawyer to your hearing, and they can actually refuse. That means that people will be at a disadvantage when they are at VCAT, and I believe this is unfair. In my case, I was a single parent living on welfare and in government housing. I had never been jailed or even accused of threatening the staff at the Department of Housing, but I was expected to attend VCAT alone, and the Department of Housing sent 2 people to that hearing to fight against me. This felt heavy-handed and unnecessary, but that was how I was dealt with by virtually everyone in the justice system. Sometimes I thought that if I had been hogtied and in a wheelchair, they still would have felt the need to pull out the big guns to fight against me, and I never found out why that was. So the VCAT hearing proceeded, and I informed the tribunal member that the fence had been repaired and that I was withdrawing my application. The member wrote out an order in accordance with that, and I had said that I had the member wrote out an order in accordance with what I had said, and I had to leave the hearing, that is, you leave the hearing room and then go out to the receptionist, which is in a different area, and I waited for her to print out a copy of the order for me, and after all of that, I was then able to leave.